Inspired as I am by a deep conviction, springing from a long line of experimental elucidations and deductions, pointing to the conclusion that if a man desires sincerely and seriously, and out of no mere curiosity, to attain to the knowledge of the way leading to real being, and if he fulfill to this end all that is requested of him, and begin, in fact, among other things, and from his very first step, the attainment of this by others, he will, by this act alone, become, as it were, the forming ground for the real data contributing to the manifestation of objective and actual good. And animated as I am by the general intention of arriving finally, by means of my literary arguments and public demonstrations proposed for the near future of experimental elucidations, at the instilling into the consciousness of my contemporaries of several such psychic initiative factors, as in my opinion as well as in that of every man capable of a little impartial meditation, ought inevitably to act as guiding principles in the consciousness of all creatures presuming to call themselves godlike. Of such initiative factors, namely, as should certainly include the factor inducing men both to react instinctively and, upon reflection, to realize clearly the moral obligation to help one's neighbor. I have now decided upon the very act of selling and of spreading far and wide the contents of this first of my writings, intended to head the list of my publications, and directed, by the fulfillment of the task originally imposed upon myself, to initiate of itself in man's consciousness the formation of the aforesaid and, for the communal life of people, important psychic factor. Accordingly, as I have the intention, on the one hand, of affording to a multitude of our common Father's creatures who bear your likeness, but whose means are for some reason or other limited, the possibility of acquiring this first booklet of mine free of charge, and as I have, on the other hand, certain definite plans bearing upon the next publication of my writings, I have deliberately decided not to fix any definite price for this booklet, leaving it to the free will of the purchaser to pay from 8 to 108 French francs. I shall at the same time, and without entering into the usual contemporary discussions about life, expressly request all those who happen to acquire this first booklet of mine to answer 3 questions, which will be set them by the seller, so as to permit him to fill in the corresponding paragraphs of the registration blank herewith appended. The author. Registration blank appended to the Herald of Coming Good. 1. Name of purchaser. 2. Address. 3. Acquired accidentally or on advice. 4. Who advised? Give name and address. 5. Sum paid. Signature of seller. My first practical counsel. I counsel all readers who have at any time met me upon the ground of my ideas to postpone reading this first appeal until they have, concentrating in their nature as well as in their thoughts and feelings, grasped the essence of the content of the circular letter appended to the booklet, and have at the same time previously acquainted themselves with the registration blank attached to this latter, and which will be of practical import for acquiring the books of my first series of writings. G. Gurdjieff.